$165,000. Like, so Manning going to Harvard right now was going to be about $165,000 in debt, right?
Right.
The equivalent of the Harvard education to Jeff Bezos is about $3.
Wow. That's fucking. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Okay, and also let me remind you, this article I read was from like maybe 2 years ago.
See, that is, man, I don't know, man. Them numbers like that, like stuff like that, man, kind of be bothering me sometimes. I don't even, it be, you know, talking to people about like money and the disparity and between the rich and the poor is one of those conversations that's difficult for me to have with people unless they understand both sides.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah, for sure.
say what? Because coming from a place of privilege, it's hard to have this conversation with you, homeboy. Just keeping it honest. You know what I'm saying? Like if you came from a place of privilege, then you can't. I don't know if you can sympathize or empathize truly with a person that came from a place of struggle. Say what?
I agree completely. Even those who I believe work in the area of places with without privilege.
Right.
Because once you get done working, you still walk into a place of privilege.
Yep. Right.
You know what I mean?
Like, right, exactly. Like, even if because you is a matter of fact, like you, you know, or me, like if we was ever to become, not if we were ever to become, but when we become more affluent and more wealthy, we will be able to understand. Like if somebody came to me and said, "Man, I had to buy food instead of paying rent, so we was eating in the dark." I can understand that, huh?
I understand 100% right now.
Right, I can understand that. I can understand prioritizing nutrition over lights. I can get that. But if you go say that to somebody like Nancy Pelosi or somebody as a member of Congress, and they don't know what the hell you talking about.
Yeah, they lost something. Yeah, no, I agree.
Right,
I agree.
But they're the ones that's making the decisions for these people.
Right, and that's the weird thing. That's the reason why that's the reason why nothing necessarily just financial. That's the reason why I think the age thing bothers me with how old they are.
Yeah.
Like, I see Biden is 78 years old, bro.
Right. I agree.
Like,
right. And 78 years old as the leader of the free world. Legit.
Yeah. Like, he literally will not be able to leave office and see a lot of his own legislative policies go into effect.
Right.
If I had to make a bet right now that if Joe Biden would be alive by 2030, when all cars in this country supposed to be clean energy and EV,
but
I would bet that he would not make it to see 9 more years.
I agree.
Because the average person in this country dies at 78 years old.
So it had moved up to 78?
It was like 79.3 at one point. I think now it's like 78.6.
Because I know about 10 years ago, it was like 74, 75. So it went up to 70.
Yeah. It just came back down because of COVID.
Right.
And it just came back down. Yeah, it moved all the way up to 79 years old. And
so if that's like 75 to 78 years old, like, first of all, those people in America are in the minority, though. Like, there's not that many of those people that are just wandering around here. That group range, and like we were talking about the family thing yesterday. The families just that's the same thing. It's the single population in America is becoming vastly larger than the family population in America.
Right, very quickly too.
Right, but I think that's a lot of that is attributed to, it's funny how, like, I know, and follow me on this, will give me a little latitude, but it's funny how one thing kind of affects another. Even kind of like we talk about how, like, in the stock market, one thing affects another. But, like, it's funny how the Me Too movement, the LGBTQ movement, and the Black Lives Matter movement are all intertwined in people deciding for themselves how much bullshit they're gonna take or decide not to take anymore. If that makes sense. Yeah. It's like all of these factions going on at the same time are causing so many people to be so revolutionary and wanting to stand up for themselves and speak out about everything. And so it's less likely that somebody gonna be in a dysfunctional marriage or a bad marriage now because they're like, man, fuck that shit. I ain't gotta be doing that. I could be doing this. Look at all these people out here living their lives and I only got one life and I'm sitting up here laying next to a man I don't want to be with. Well, when the kids get grown, because back in the day, that's what they used to do. When the kids got grown, the man and the woman that didn't want to be together, they got divorced. Today, they're not waiting for the kids to get grown no more.
I mean, you think all this, bro. You think, so when you sit back in the day, right? I want you to go back in the day a little bit farther. They go back, right? And I know this is kind of crazy. Like, I always tell people like this about, like, why grandma's food tastes so good. You ever wonder why your grandma was so good at cooking?
What? This should be good.
Because what else did she have to identify herself with that good?
Yep.
That's why grandpa might have had kids when I got a shitty.
Yep.
And so grandma just have to sit there and take it.
I agree with you. Where was she gonna go? Where was she gonna go?
You think the women from like 1930 to like 1980?
Dude, women wasn't graduating from college like that back then. Women wasn't financially secure back then. They weren't even going for financial security.
Well, I was just gonna say, because back then, one person could take care of the whole household.
Right.
But also remember that one person ran that household.
Oh, that was the head. Because they had to say, first of all, if they have to say over the finance, you have the final say in everything. So,
that makes sense.
You know what I mean? Like, even up, like, so, and actually, so to be fair with you, like, to fast forward a little bit to today, a lot of these women, excuse me, I didn't mean to use women's as a, that's funny, but that's some Alabama shit right there, but whatever, dude, I corrected myself, so you ain't got to talk to me like that. Watch your tone.
To make women already put more
women make women more plural. Women's. I don't know, man. Like I said, but women today emasculate men if they make more money than them, and it's almost like they feel like they have more. Since they have more financial power, that they have more. They feel like they have more say in the household than the man does in some households, and those are the ones that actually I think run dysfunctionally. I'm not a whole man is the head of the house thing. I do think that we are two adults that we've decided to work together in a union of some sorts. So your opinion has equal bearing as my opinion. I do think that sensibly, I don't know where the final say should lie, but I don't think it should be in a financial. I don't think it should be in a financial realm. The reason why you got the financial, right? So
I agree.
You see what I'm saying? Like so what do you think? Like, do you think that if you and your wife made, like, if you was if she was a CPA and she made 150, right, and you was a chemical engineer and you made 70, right? So how do you view the household going forward?
I'm a little different, bro. Actually, I would be very tired with that. You know what I'm saying? I would be very tired with that. And it's not gonna make me want to be like, I need to match her. If anything, like I said, somebody gotta make more no matter what, right? Somebody has to make more.
Right.
Unless you got a business where y'all are open it together.
Right.
But I also, again, like you, I don't think with money comes respect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At the same time, I would feel like I need to hold my own, which I would be able to.
So do you think that she has more say over what goes on and what transpires in the household than you?
No.
So what is the final? Okay, let me ask you this question. On matters of the household, where does the final decision lie if y'all disagree? Who makes the final word?
I think I do.
Why do you think you do?
Because I think, like, the man is so much more than just money. You know?
You say what?
I think it could be so much more than money. It could be who's going to protect you on your way in, who's going to protect this house, who make shit happen when it comes to expensive things.
Right.
I think the value of the protector, I don't know if money necessarily establishes that. I think the value of, and I don't think protector, like we just don't like protecting. And nothing might not ever happen to it be like that full physical protection, right?
Right.
But and then also get that mental protection. So yeah, nothing like the protection you can find.
See, and that's my point. Like I think that I like okay. Hey, deliver mama.
That's me, I think.
They just delivered my bed and just left it at the door and just left. He didn't even knock on the damn door. Oh, this shit heavy than the motherfucker. This shit heavy as fuck. Hold on 1 second. Hello? Yeah. A chick bought me a bed because we were smashing and she broke my shit.
Oh, nice.
So she bought me a bed. She's petty though. She said every time you had sex in that bed, you had to think of me. I said, that's probably not true, but whatever, if that's what you feel. I mean, okay.
Hold on, Charles. What you say? Yeah, dog. That was nice. You got to bring the bed, man.
Yeah. And she let me pick it out. So I'm good.
Oh. The orthopedic? What you thought it was going to say?
Say what?
The orthopedic?
Man, I wouldn't have gonna do it like that. I wasn't gonna do it like that. And she's like a stage 4 clinger though, man.
Stage 4 what?
A stage 4 clinger. Like she be very clean. She's very clingy.
Yeah. What's the matter? Maybe I need a pen. I need a pencil. I need a pen. Ask your brother with a pen at. I just know I need a pen. Let me find me a pen.
But no, I really think that's what I'm saying. Like I think that's what we like. The women have so much like power now and influence over things. They have their own businesses, they're bankers, they're principals. So the education factor today is 10 times different than it was back in the day. Women wouldn't even really pursue the financial literacy or finances or none of that shit.
Those are facts. I guess those are absolute facts, bro.
They used to be. That's why women were so dependent on men. That's why it was always important that women had a man.
You know what? Also, then wasn't it that the goal too? To find a husband.
To find a husband. Yep, I'm looking for my husband. Ain't that what they say all the time?
Yeah.
I'm looking for my husband.
I think at some Madison, come here. I think at some point that was the number one goal. I mean, I think it still should be. Don't get me wrong. But they have other goals as well. Get us about the sword.
Hey, so I'm a big fan of two things can be true. Now, this might hurt a little bit, and it might be a little bit of disrespectful, right? So strap in. But I think that the extinction of Big Mama, as we so eloquently know them, I think that the ripple effect of that actually caused women to start to kind of think more for themselves. Meaning that Big Mama used to always be like, you kind of just got to be like Big Mama. You got to get you a husband and you got to keep the household together and raise the kids and this, that, and the other. There wasn't as much of in most black households. There's not that much big of influence on education as it should have been on.
That's true too.
You see what I'm saying? Like it was more so about getting you a husband and living your life right and being in church than it was about getting educated. And so now, with Big Mama gone, them women they got to figure it out for themselves now. Because I know some girls that's grandmamas, they 36 years old and they grandmas and grandpas and all this other stuff.
Oh yeah, I know that too. Yeah, bro. My first 6th grade girlfriend, she got a 19-year-old. She got a 20-year-old. My daughter just made 20.
Damn.
And I'm 33.
Wow. That.
You 32.
Yeah.
I probably losing 6 or 7, really.
And these shit, they fucking out here too. I told you, nigga, rubber's gonna be out of business for real in the next 5 years. That's not even a thing. They better think of some other shit fast, homeboy.
Yeah.
They better think of some other shit fast.
Yeah, a new form of consciousness.
Right, a new form of contraceptive because motherfuckers is not putting on condoms. You got to think about something that don't take that much time. Like maybe if they pop a pill or something and you can't get no disease. I don't know.
that could be the just become white.
Right, like look.
Just become white. You see white people ain't having babies no more.
You say what?
You see white people don't have babies no more.
That's why. Listen, that's what I keep telling. Say what?
That's why they're so angry.
Dude, that's the only reason why white people care about abortion like that. They don't care about it for black people.
They just can't have it, because they're not having babies no more.
They're not having babies no more, right?
They're absolutely not having babies no more.
They're worried about the extinction of their species, their race. Mm-hmm. They're thinking about them Hispanics lapping their ass because they having babies by the fucking boatload.
Yeah, that's 100% honest.
And we could be in that race. We just decide not to work together and kill each other simultaneously. So we've decided for ourselves that we don't want to participate. What? No, for real. My friend just had a baby. This is their first one, and she damn near 40.
I mean, think about how many people at the job don't have kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No kids. And don't even want kids. Jason don't even want no kids.
Yeah.
He my age.
Maybe I just don't understand for life experience. I couldn't. Or maybe I don't understand because I have them already. But I don't know if I could have lived my whole life and not have children.
I think that for some people, it depends on what they want to be involved in their life. Like, to be fair, again, for me, I think that every single human being, now this is my perspective, right? I think that every single human being, that means me, your daughter, my daughters, everybody. I think that once I give birth to you, that to be honest, like it's almost like in the animal kingdom, there is no real obligation to somebody other than to raise them to be able to take care of themselves and to understand, to go for in life what it is that you want. If that life doesn't include children, that's not a knock on you. There's nothing wrong or bad about that. Like you've chosen not to include that in the life that you want to live. That should be okay, because for people that choose to have a lot of kids, that should be okay too. Everybody has the prerogative of their own to live their life the way they see fit, without judgment from anybody that does the opposite thing.
Well, that's 100% true, right? That's 100% true. I just feel weird.
Because what? Because of what? Because you want to love another individual, or
I think it's basically because I have them already. Maybe I just couldn't understand life without them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm putting that on somebody else.
Yeah, because I had my first kid when I was 19.
Yeah, how old was I? I was 33. I was 23.
Right. So the majority of my life has always had a kid involved in it. Right. So I've always had to live my life according to that. So think about people that get to come and go as they please. Like my friend O'Shawn, who we had dinner with, he didn't have a baby until he just had a baby last year. Oh, yeah. And he older than me. Yeah. And he don't even like her.
I'm talking about the baby or the mama?
The mama. He waited all this time to have a baby by a woman he don't even like. Shit is the worst, too. Shit is the worst.
I know. I get it.
You know, and so, and he like 2 years, I think 2 years older than me. And so he didn't want kids though. And he wound up having one. You know, and so some people, they're like, man, I want to just come and go as I please. I want to live my life. I want to be wealthy. I want to not have to worry about anything. I want to be like, so I get it. You know.
I don't think I know any wealthy people without kids.
Say what?
I don't think I know any wealthy people without kids.
You don't know that many wealthy people without kids?
Wealthy? No.
You said without kids?
Without, yeah. Or they haven't had them quite yet. They're at the age where they can still just have them. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I can get with that. I think that, you know, that's part of like some people life. Like, nigga, you don't even see Sierra on the music scene no more. She taking care of the babies.
Hey, she got $200 million. And then he get dogged so much in the public eye for some reason. I never understand that.
Say what?
He get dogged in the public eye like the black community. I never can understand this, dog.
You talking about Russell Wilson?
Yeah.
You know, people that talk about people like Russell Wilson make me sick. Go ahead.
No. I ain't listening. Come on, bro. Listen to you.
Okay. First of all, and I'm gonna say this with all due respect, but none at all. Who the fuck are you? Like, seriously though, this man is a stand-up guy, like 100%. You know what I mean? Like people like him, Barack Obama, LeBron James. Like, I'm telling you, man, the majority of people that dislike them only primarily hate them because they ain't them. Like, legit, like, what do you really have that's legit, that's solid, that you can stand on and say this is a legit reason to dislike this man or dislike this woman, like a Michelle Obama? Like, what can you legitimately stand on and look me in my eyes and say this is a real reason why you should have any form of animus for an individual that chooses to live their life in that manner? What's your reason?
So jealous.
It gotta be jealousy. You gotta be green to do something like that. You gotta be. You can't be, because if you are something else, then you should be able to articulate that to me in a manner to which I could be able to appreciate your stance on feeling that way. And I have yet to have anything or hear anything that made any form of sense for them to do so. Nothing. And that's the problem that I have with us, with women sometimes. But with us, we always look for something wrong before we look for something right. It's always what he doesn't have or what he can't do or what he's not. It's always that before it's, man, you know, well, let's work on that. Man, he's really good at this. We always point out weaknesses before we point out strengths. And I hate that about us. You know, but because obviously, look at him. He even look corny. Like, what that mean? Look corny for what?
Look successful to me, dog.
Say what?
Look successful to me.
I look like I see greatness, but that's just what I'm seeing. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. The man went in that life. He got a beautiful family. He got a beautiful wife. He got to stay. He is excellent at his job. And he doesn't assault, defame, degrade, or anything to other human beings. As a matter of fact, he lifts them up. He's a pillar of the community. He's a philanthropist. He's an entrepreneur. And you're saying that because he's all those things that he's corny. His wife is gorgeous, so she don't think so. So I'm just confused. That's what I'm saying. I'm confused because what? So she must like Future then. She must like dudes that look like Future because they got swag. And swag don't mean shit. Swag get you cheated on. Swag get you cheated on. Swag get you disrespected. Swag get you talked about. So what does swag actually really do for you that women always covet this swag thing so much? It actually annoys me, to be honest with you. You know. See? That's what I'm talking about. Like, what? You know what? Hey, you stupid though. You a funny dude. First of all, you make me sick. Like, come up with points to make my point immediately face ass. Get your right on cue face ass out of here. That nigga right on cue. Like,
that was perfect, dog.
This motherfucker had them bitches locked and loaded. Like, I love it.
Hold on. I'm not done though, bro.
Oh my God.
Yeah, bro. I just listened to the combo we had here because of it. Hold on.
That is so damn funny, man. I'm talking about. So it is the same woman too.
And I've been knowing her since we was kids.
She from Chicago?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, if you've been on this since y'all was kids, she was from Chicago, Mississippi. So my bad. But
yeah.
So this is the thing, right? Chicago women do have a thing for. It's just weird with Chicago chicks a trip, boy.
I know that's the reason why I used to act the way I used to think about it. That's the reason why all of them act the way we used to act.
Right. You're not at all wrong in what you saying.
Act the way we used to act.
Right. You hit up with that. These are the reasons women have the same last name they were born with. And all she keep coming back with is he'll still be corny, but that's it. Why you ain't ask her what? This is my question to you. Why you didn't ask her what was corny about him?
Oh yeah, I can see the thread. Everybody did. Everybody, what's wrong with you? You crazy?
No, I'm saying. So what was the reason?
Just the way it.
Say what?
I think just the way he is. He's my future. I'm not joking. He's my future.
Right, because
the article came out and said that Russell Wilson said that the one thing he fears most about life is losing his wife.
Right.
That's the so I mean.
What's wrong with saying that? That's a beautiful thing.
People like that,
huh?
People don't like that.
Why don't they like that?
I don't know, bro.
See, Marcus, I guess this is my biggest thing is why does they, first of all, to be honest though, why the fuck does their opinion even matter though? Like, like for real.
No, that's true. That's real.
You know what I'm saying? Like for real though, like you should actually be focused on your own life. You got so much to say about how corny this man's life is. You should actually be focused on your own shit. Like, why is the opinion of, I don't know, man. It's just like I said, man, we do so much to degrade each other. We have so many flaws and problems, man, that you don't even really know where to start at sometimes. Legit.
That's because we got too much time. Idle mind, bro.
Yeah, idle mind is the devil's playground.
Idle mind. Like maybe we gotta get a hobby or something, dog.
No, dude, do you know what the hobbies are? The hobbies are watching these dumbass reality shows and these Lifetime specials that show you how to catch a man dick off and throw it in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is where y'all get your ideas from.
Yeah, this is the conversation. So me and Wilson were talking yesterday, right? And she was all like, so what did you do before? She's like, I used to watch too much reality TV. I'm like, really? She's like, yeah. She's like, that was poison to my mind.
Who said that?
Alexa.
Right.
Like, yeah, there you go.
But she didn't realize what I was trying to take her when we was talking the other day, when I was telling her that even though you was around all these people, that none of them were into stocks and none of them were into reading and none of them were into that, you chose to do those things for yourself.
Like eventually that became your way.
Right, your way. Even if you're around all this negativity and even if you're around all these idle people that's not doing anything, you decided to do something else for yourself.
She definitely missed out.
You know, right. I don't always think that people get to control how you decide how to live your life. That's my point. You know, like, right, like I grew up around drug dealers and drug users. I'm neither. I was once one drug dealer, but I'm neither. And but even though I was around all those people, I decided to put myself in different situations and circumstances to better my life. My family didn't travel. Not everybody in my family travels now. Everybody. Right. Owning apartment buildings, owning real estate, doing different things, owning trucks and all kind of stuff. Like everybody is starting to spread out and started to gradually learn for themselves what kind of quality of life that they wanted to live for themselves. So, and it is. It's a beautiful thing to see. Well, you used to see somebody that used to be selling your TVs and selling your kids' school clothes, now owning apartment buildings and pickup trucks. So I don't know, but as far as the women though, man, I think that we are in trouble with the women, with the black women in America, homeboy. I got to be the first to tell you, we are in a state of emergency.
I'm trying my best to raise a queen, bro.
You said what?
I'm trying my best to raise a little queen.
Yeah. And I got 3 of them, and it's like I said, just talking to them and being in their ear about, you know, what you got going on and how everything doing, meeting you guys and all this other stuff. But it's, again, a lot of these girls, for whatever reason, why do you think that they are attracted to these dudes? Let me ask you that.
I mean, you see, because that's what you see every year, because of the stories and the people that got it all. You know that? You know, like this, the same reason that we are attracted to those guys' lifestyle.
To what?
Because the same reason that we are attracted to those guys' lifestyle.
Why?
Because them was the successful guys that we saw in the hood. Like the same thing that made us want to tell girls like do dumb shit, fight, shoot, you know what I'm saying? Saying like, man, he got it all 100%. That's the same thing they see.
Well,
we see it from the place of admiration. They see it from a place like, well, I'm gonna have kids. I want to have them by him to be able to take care of them, possibly.
Marcus. Okay, well, let me ask you a better question then. Let me ask you a question. Why do we gravitate more towards that and no doctors, lawyers, positivity? Like those people are successful as well.
Because we didn't see it.
You said what?
We didn't see that going on.
No, I'm talking about today. We see that today.
No, we don't. You don't live in the city.
We said what?
No, we don't. We don't live in the city no more.
So you don't think we see that today?
No. Where do we see it at? Give me an example.
Well, no, I'm saying the possibility of, well, no. So I agree with you, and I agree with you that we don't see it hardly enough. But I do see the affluence of African Americans more so than I did when we were coming up. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about with the exception of, like, back in the day, it was just rappers and drug dealers. Today, I don't think that it's just limited to those 2 rounds. That's my point. And probably not enough, but I don't think it's just there. And so it is difficult to convince a young kid that want a pair of $200 Jordans to go work at Burger King or McDonald's.
Because it would take the whole check.
Because it would take the whole check and a long time for them to get it.
So yeah, I mean, you kind of answered it, bro. I mean, I know you say you think that they see it differently. Think about it like this. I'm gonna just put it in context for you, real quick, right? Kids today still go up on TV, still go up on the internet, right?
Yeah. The internet, yeah.
I mean, the internet definitely.
Right.
I got too little.
But TV becoming like a lost cause for motherfuckers, though. But go ahead.
That's true. I mean, think about it. The same thing that we grew up on, they're still kind of growing up on it, except you have the invention of the internet.
Mm-hmm.
The music is still the same music. You know what I'm saying?
The music is still the same music. Yeah.
There's no credible like TV show you turn to as a young black family. You might have had the Cosby's. We don't got no Cosby's now. The neighborhoods and inner cities still is just the same as like almost.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. I think that they show better. I think they show better black programming, but
I think we're older, so we're smaller than the 17, 18, 19-year-olds, or the 20-year-olds, right? But to think that the kids still see more than just like the same thing, kids still see the same thing in the hood.
Yeah.
The hood don't change.
No, I agree.
And the cycles of it don't change either. That's the thing about it. The cycles of it don't change. So, like, you know, the kid that we're born today, the person that's gonna kill is gonna be born today in the same neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, those things just won't change, bro. And that's the reason why, you know, when they get attracted to that, because that's all they see in the neighborhood. And that's the reason why we do it, because that's all we see in the neighborhood. We don't see no doctors in the hood. But, you know, we ain't got no black doctors. We don't even have any black doctor offices in the hood.
No, we don't.
You know, so until something drastic happens, you know, we're gonna get the same, bro. Unless we figure out how to drastically change it.
Well, motherfuckers don't want to change it. That's what I'm kind of deducing from this whole situation. Because it's actually, for me, man, I think that the dating pool is getting worse, and the way that we view each other, like, is easing its way. It's like it's kind of so good and bad. It's like a mixed bag. That it's starting to actually. It's kind of, man. I mean, like the whole family aspect of life. I don't think that shit coming back, homeboy. I think that marriage is going to be a thing that people are going to be running from, not to.
Well, they've been running from it for the last 50 years.
Right.
On average.
You know what I mean? And divorce, even though divorce was really, really bad back in the day, divorce is even worse now.
Yeah, I mean, some instances are like 58%.
Yeah. 58%.
That's a big number, dog.
Dude, that's more than That's more than half.
yeah, that's more than half. Definitely more than half.
So why are the dynamics? So why is America not noticing that trend? Is it because they want the family to be the focal point of our way of society?
Well, the reason why America isn't noticing because of the age of the politician.
Okay.
In the age of the people that vote.
Okay. That's fair. Because as a matter of fact, up until maybe this year and about with the whole Obama thing, 18-year-olds was hardly ever participating in the voting process.
Right, and the only time 18-year-olds participate is dire consequences.
Right. Well, and it was during like national elections, like the presidency, and not things that actually more directly affect them, like state and local elections. So they wasn't participating in them shits at all.
And
they still hardly do.
What? Man, go sit down and get my face. Go sit down. Oh, don't tell me Jews was alive.
That, I mean, I just don't. I don't see the younger generation caring about marriage at all.
Yeah, I mean they don't, because now the younger generation. Let's say we consider younger, like my son, right? I mean, he'll see. Yeah, I mean, how many people will he see in his lifetime, in his family that are married?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Like you and his mom not married, right?
Right. No. And then he's still gonna see, but in the crazy part is, but he'll still see like civil and great relationships.
Right. And it's like, so it's co-parenting in its purest form.
In its purest form.
Right.
Like pure, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, maybe his mindset won't be this, something I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Madison won't be like, I gotta do this.
But you know, so I have a triangle system, right? I don't know if I told you, but I believe our experiences shape our beliefs, and our beliefs shape our behavior. So the things that you experience kind of help you determine in your life what you decide to choose to accept as belief. And what you choose to accept as belief causes you to be and act as you are as an individual, because you're acting based on what you believe in. So that's where your behavior comes in at. So we acting on things that we experience. Like, so if we're not seeing marriage as a focal point of being shown to us as a focal point of society or a focal point of how to be and live as a human being, that I don't think that we would covet it as much as if you grow up in a 2-parent household and you see your parents loving on each other and you want that for yourself. You seeing that every day. That's your experience. So that's so that becomes your belief, and your belief is now I got to go find me a husband because that's something I covet because that's what my mom and my dad had. But most parents and most households don't really see that. So it doesn't become as important to them as it does to somebody who grows up and sees it on a regular basis, I think.
I mean, that's 100% facts.
See, that's 100% facts.
Yeah, why would it be?
No. I mean that's what I'm saying. I just like for my.
That's a definite synopsis. We call it a triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's but it can't be much more than that.
Right. So your experiences shape your beliefs shape your behavior. Simple. And everybody act accordingly. That's why we always that's why black people are always in the rat race. Like we got to get everything because somebody gonna take something from us because we always feel like that everything we have can be taken from us in an instant.
I mean, why do we act like that? Because of experiences, right?
Right. Exactly. So that's why we act like that because of our experiences, right? Exactly.
Sure, that's the experiences that we have.
Exactly. So give us some different experiences, and you will experience some different behavior. Think about that.
I mean, do you realize the joke? It wasn't even that funny, right? But there was a joke Chris Rock had about he said he lives in the area of New Jersey he lives in.
Yeah.
He said my neighbors are Jay-Z and Mary J. Blige, and my direct neighbor is a fucking dentist. Like, I'm a multi-millionaire median. Like fucking dentist. He's like really the great plaque. Like he's a fucking dentist. But then he also mentions that by his door he keeps a luggage full of his important stuff. Because he know one day the white person who really owns it just gonna come take it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
that's real.
But look,
that's the master behind it.
And you know what though? I didn't realize what I just said till I just said it. But I don't know if you heard me. I said, give us some different experiences and you will experience some different behavior.
Hey, again, I went to California and then travel became important.
Right. You had a different experience. Then you start doing different shit.
Yeah.
And
I went to Cali, and then I want to go everywhere now.
And now, exactly. I flew to New Orleans to meet. I was dating. This is some funny shit. I was dating Mystikal's first cousin, the artist. So they was having
one of the worst rappers of all time.
Say what?
Also one of the worst rappers of all time.
Oh yeah. And I was going that. So her mom wanted to meet me. So they was like, man, come on, Charles, man, we'll fly you out. We'll put you in a hotel, da-da-da-da-da. I was like, man, they want to bless the boys. And they have a crawfish broil. We going to church at 5:00 in the morning. You just got to fly to New Orleans. I was like, oh, okay. I don't know about this flying shit. I had always really just traveled mostly by, planes, trains, and automobiles. I mean, auto trains and automobiles. So I was like, man, shit, I ain't getting on no plane. She was like, man, Charles, look, what's going to happen to you is going to happen to you. Get on the plane. I took 2 bottles of Jack Daniels and I took a Tylenol PM. God damn it, I was... And I stood on the inside of that plane. I was knocked the fuck out, man. Until I woke up, I was in New Orleans. And for the sort of flight back. But after that, it was like going to there and seeing how they talk and how they eat, how they love on each other. Like the whole city of New Orleans is such people love you with food and beverage in New Orleans. Like that's how they love you. And so it was just cool to go to their crawfish broil and shit. It was just, and after that, I was like, man, I wonder how these people eat and think, and I wonder how they like to live and party, and I wonder what kind of businesses and stuff out there. So I just started going everywhere. So I just started going to all the different states. I'm not going to the South Dakotas and Wyoming. I have no reason to go there. So, but I've been to basically every state that's worthy of going to for at least a single reason, and then start going to places like I've been to Jamaica, I've been to Bahamas, I've been to Mexico, but now I want to do, like, my bucket list is Australia. That's the one place I want to go truly.
I'm trying to get that 23-hour flight.
Yeah, that shit. It is. Yeah. And I gotta they gotta have a bed for me or something, so I'm gonna have to splurge for first class. But that's one of those trips that I would love to take with somebody that I genuinely care about, though, like a woman, though.
No, I agree with you.
You know what I mean? Like, if I go to fucking first of all, I can go to Australia with the homies, but I don't know what that's gonna be like. Like, one of us might not come back, motherfucker, because we gonna be wild. Hey, like, everybody keep your passport. Everybody gotta have at least 10 G's in the bank, like, legit. Because I don't know what the price is gonna be to get your ass out for what you did. So, but I'm gonna need to recoup all my funds if you do something stupid. There's that. And not coming back. I actually have a friend who lives in Australia. She lives in Sydney. She met a gentleman in Charlotte. I mean, not in Charlotte, but I was living in Alabama. Met a gentleman in Alabama. He moved up to Australia. She been living there ever since.
Yeah.
She love it too. Love it. No desire to come back whatsoever. None.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I can't live that far away from people I love. I don't know. Maybe. But maybe. I'll consider it. I'll consider it. Like. Oh shit. Hey, so this is a sidebar, right? Alexis, you had sent Alexis a card or something, like a gift or something like right there, right? Huh? You had sent her like a text or something like that. That we had like a little, it was like two bears or something. They was holding hands.
Oh, yeah.
And so she was like, Charles, look what Marcus sent me. And I was like, oh. And she was like,